Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So this week we're going to discuss my pregnancy weeks 8 to 10, and I have to apologize, I'm a little bit off the ball here. I'm actually 10 weeks and 3 days, which I know people are going to be like, well, I mean, you're still 10 weeks, so whatever. But my other videos I've been doing like the day I hit the week, so like my 0 to 4 week I did at 4 weeks. My 4 to 6 I did at 6, my 6 to 8 I did at 8, now my 8 to 10 I should have done a couple of days ago. So that just jumps us right into the issues that I've been having. I've had zero motivation to do anything. My hair is wet because I got out of the shower and like got my hair all nice and done and my makeup done, and I haven't showered in like 3 days. So that's where we're at right now with the whole pregnancy thing, is I have like no motivation to do anything. I've been having to force myself to clean. I had to force myself to take a shower. I've just been like throwing my hair up in a ponytail, up in a bun, like fuck it, nobody gives a shit. Force myself to do anything, like get up and feed the dogs, go take the dogs outside. Like going outside is like not anything that I'm really interested in doing, to be honest. Because it's hot, and I don't like being hot, and that's kind of the big thing, is I've been really warm. Like, I'm not usually hot. I usually am always cold. So this is a really unusual thing for me. Like, I have to sleep with blankets on me. That's a weird quirk that I cannot fall asleep if I don't have the blankets on me in some fashion. So I'm like sticking one leg under the blanket, and like the rest of me is all sprawled out because I'm so hot, and I'm like standing in front of the air conditioner and I don't want to go outside, and I feel gross as far as like getting anything done. Like going out and being a functional human being in society is not a thing. Don't want to do it, haven't done it if I don't absolutely need to. And I don't go out much anyway because I work Monday through Friday. I stay at home and I babysit. There's actually currently a child in my living room taking a nap in her pack and play, or she's supposed to be. I keep hearing her make some noise, so I think she may be fighting it a little more than I expected. 'Cause she was sleeping, and then I think the dogs woke her up. Anyway, so I'm kind of keeping an ear out, so if I cut the video short, it's because I hear her needing my attention. So I figured I'd just fire off this video really quick. But so I'm home Monday through Friday, and I have kids from like first thing in the morning until like sun up to sundown. I'm busy, so I don't leave the house much. My weekends are really the only time I go out, and Saturday my husband works, so usually like my dad and I might go do something on Saturday, and then Sunday my husband is off, so that may be our go and do something day where we get to go out and like go have dinner or whatever. So Sunday's kind of our date day, and so I have had no motivation. I am very tired. I'm taking naps like every day. I try, like I said, I watch kids, and those kids are all nap age, so I make sure that they're sleeping, and then I take a nap out in the living room with them. And I'm a fairly light sleeper. Like when I'm napping, I nap pretty lightly so that I can hear them. Like if the baby wakes up and starts crying, or if the 2-year-old starts fussing, I hear it, I wake up. Or I also am pretty good at knowing, like, typically they go down 1:30 to 2 o'clock, and they sleep until about 3:30, give or take. So usually I'll set a timer on my phone for 3:30. If I don't wake up by them making noise, then I'm up by 3:30, and I can be prepared to, give them what they need. So potty time for the 2-year-old, and feeding the baby. So that's kind of been the whole thing, is the naps have really been the only consistent thing that I've had. And that's fine with me. Like, I don't mind having to take a couple naps here and there, going to bed early when I can, sleeping in when I can. I'm just really getting as much sleep as possible. And I have to say, as far as my looks go, they say like your nose gets wider, or your hair gets gross, or your face gets gross, or whatever. I'm not having too much of an issue. I do have more greasy hair than usual. Like, I have greasy hair naturally, so it's a little worse. So used to be that I wouldn't wash my hair every single day. I do every other day. Now, I really need to do it every day because it's greasy by the end of the day. And that frustrates me really bad. I don't like that. I feel gross. It makes me feel like people think I'm gross and like I don't shower. So I take a shower and wash my hair every single night or day or whenever I get the chance to take a shower. I try to do it when there's not kids here, but sometimes there's always kids here. Like this morning, I had my kids. I get up at 8, and I had a kid at 8:30. So I got up, had to feed the dogs, do all that stuff. By the time I got all that stuff done, by the time I'd had breakfast, the kid was here. So I took a quick shower while she was down for a nap, and then we're trying to hurry up and get this video done before I have to go back and take care of her. So, there's nothing huge. There's nothing major that I'm like, ugh, gross, I hate this, I don't like that I have this going on. So who knows, maybe that means I'm having a boy. Because that's one of those old wives' tales, right? Is that if you're having a girl, it like saps your beauty. So like you start getting like the acne, and like your face is dull, and you just look really bad. Your hair is. So maybe I'm having a boy. Who knows? I won't get to find out for. I know, like I think it's like 14 to 16 weeks. They say that you can find out, but my OBGYN typically does not do it until 20 weeks, probably as a like, we'll make sure, we want you to know what you're having. So I've got about 10 weeks to go before I get to find out what my little bean is. And I'm really not sure at this point. I was teasing my husband at first that I was pretty sure that it was a girl just because he said it was a boy. Everybody says it's a girl. And I'm kind of back and forth on it now. Sometimes I'm like, you know what, I think it is a girl. And other times I'm like, I think it might be a boy. So I'm back and forth. I'm really uncertain. I haven't had anything that's like, yes, it's a girl, or yes, it's a boy. Like, some moms say that they have dreams, and that tells them, like, that they have a dream that they've met their baby, and that it was a boy or a girl. I haven't had that. I've had some really weird dreams, but I haven't had that. I actually, the other night, I had a dream that bothered me. Because, well, first of all, it was really, really realistic, but it also made no sense. But it bothered me because of the subject matter. So, in this dream, this is going to be a really quick insight into my life and things that have happened to me as quick as I can make it. So, when I was younger, I lived with my mom and my stepdad. My mom and my dad split when I was really young. So my mom remarried, my dad remarried, whatever. Never liked my stepdad, didn't have a problem with my stepmom till recently. That's a story for another time, though. So my stepdad was very emotionally abusive. He was manipulative. He's a narcissist, like 100%. Everything is about him. And he's got a very one way in front of everybody and one way behind closed doors type of thing. And it caused a lot of issues for me for a very long time. And I moved out when I was, I don't remember, 19 maybe, 20? I can't remember. I was a little on the older side for moving out, because you would have thought like I would have been, like as soon as I hit 18 I would have been out the door. However, there were some things that he had done that hindered me moving out. So I was working 2 jobs, I was going to college, and I still didn't have my license, because he had not allowed me to take it when I was in high school, and I had to get the money together to take the classes and learn how to drive before I could do it. So I was saving up money, trying to save up to get a license, trying to save up to buy a place that was just in it, was building and building and building. So, long story short, I moved out, never looked back, have not spoken to him since. And so in this dream, I was back home with my mother and my stepdad. And we were working on something. This sounds crazy, I know, and it's a weird dream, so I'm sorry, bear with me. It was, I think, a submarine, and we were like building it, and so I was helping and everything, and this is where it makes no sense, obviously, because the submarine makes total sense. So, we're building a submarine, and I dropped parts, whatever, and I got down. I was using it as an excuse because I was trying to escape. I was trying to get away. I didn't want to be there. I was going to like run away, even though in this dream I'm like my age, so I was 25 years old. So I'm gonna run away. And so I dropped the parts and I got down to go find them, and I was like, I'm gonna go for a quick walk, and so I walked away. And, like, surprisingly, nobody stopped me, which I thought was weird. So I walked away, and I get out my phone. And I call my ex in this dream. I call my ex, and he answers, surprisingly enough, because I doubt if I were to call him, I don't think he would answer. I wouldn't call him, though. So he answers, and I'm like, hey, I know it's been a long time. I just want to make this short and sweet. I'm looking to find a place to live, and I just wondered if you happen to know if there was something available. I don't really care where it is. I don't really care what state, what city. I don't care. I'm looking for something. Do you know of anything? And he didn't, and that was the end of the conversation. He said, nope. And I said, all right, well, thanks, later, and hung up the phone. So I'm like walking, and as I'm walking, I notice somebody kind of fall in step with me, next to me, so I like kind of glance over. I'm like, it's my dad, who would not have been anywhere near my mother and my stepfather. Then, now, no how, no way. And so he steps up next to me, and he's like, hey, I got a place, I heard you talking, like, you can come stay with me, we can go right now. So I left with my dad. And that in and of itself, it all doesn't sound like that crazy, except for the submarine part, but just the fact that, I was with those parents, and then I called my ex, and then my dad was there, and it's really weird. So I woke up a little, like, weirded out, like, what the fuck, what does that mean? And I have ascertained that it meant nothing. It's probably just a combination of my thoughts and fears, and, because I'm still not fully over everything that went on with my mom and my stepdad. There's stuff that I'm still working through because of that. And then that is kind of sort of what happened in real life. When I was trying to move out, I moved in with my, at the time, boyfriend, now ex-boyfriend. I moved in with him and his parents, and then him and I moved out of there and got our own place. And then from there, I ended up in Tennessee living with my dad. And now here I am, a couple years later, where I've been in Tennessee for 3 years. 3? Yeah, 3 years. I came here on my 22nd birthday, and I'm 25 now. And so I've been here for 3 years. I am now married and expecting a child, and it's just crazy to think, like, 3 years is not that long for that much to have changed. So that's kind of been a lot of stuff that's kind of been on my mind, and I have noticed a lot more things that I haven't thought about in a while coming to mind, like my mother and things like that. And then the nausea, still kind of a factor, but not really. I have pills that I can take if it gets bad. And okay, so I got 3 prescriptions. I think I mentioned this in my last video. I got 3 prescriptions, and I'm supposed to take 2 of them 3 times a day no matter what, and then 1 I take just as needed. Well, I quit taking them altogether because they make me really, really tired, and I'm already tired. And when you're watching kids, like, literally, I would take these pills, and like 30 minutes later, I'd be nodding off. And you cannot fall asleep when you're watching children. Like, I do not allow myself to nap unless they are also napping, and I'm in the room with them. It's not like I'm back in my bedroom and they're in the living room. And even now, like, I know that the baby is in there, and I can hear if she's crying, so I can go get her, and I know that she's not due to wake up just yet, and I know I've been doing this for a little bit. I know everybody's schedules and how everybody functions. Yes, my husband. And also my light. Hello. Hey, can I call you back? Because I'm recording. Okay, I'll call you back in a little bit. I love you too. Bye, babe. I'll call him back in a little bit. Yeah, the lighting's not so great in here, so I like. So, okay. Okay, I forgot what I was talking about now. It doesn't want to stay. Okay. I'm a little blind now. I got like spots in my eyeballs from looking at the light. So moving on. Oh, the sleeping. So yeah, I don't allow myself to sleep unless they are sleeping and I'm in there with them. And that medicine was really making that difficult. I was like nodding off on the couch, and that's unsafe. So I quit taking it. I just take the one when I need it. So I don't take the two, I just take the one, like, if the nausea gets really bad. As far as my health goes, I've gained a little bit of weight, not too much. I went from more than I'd like to admit. I've gained more than I'd like to admit. So, and I don't know for sure if this is accurate because the scale that they use and my scale seem to not be the same. So I'm going based off my scale, but their scale at the OBGYN's office had me at like 135 when I first went for my appointment. My scale has me like already at 140. So I think there's a little bit of discrepancy because they don't match. Like, and I'm not talking like now it says 140. I mean, like, I came home from the doctor which said 135 and my scale said 140. So there's some, I think my scale may be miscalibrated or theirs just more sensitive than mine. I don't know. But I obviously only have the scale I have, so that's what I use. So theirs said I started at 135. Mine now says I'm 141, I think. 141.5, 142.5, I can't remember. It's one of those two. So I gained a little bit of weight, but not terrible, and it has not seemed to continue. It's kind of like, and I think that's because at the beginning I was having a lot of cravings, and the cravings have really died down. I really don't have much, and I'm eating a little healthier. Like, when I have snacks, I reach for an apple more so than a snack cake. At night, I've noticed I'm deciding I'm getting hungry and I'm making eggs or something instead of like going and getting ice cream or whatever. So I think that's helped, is that, I mean, and just the fact that I have that stuff in the house helps because obviously you eat what you have. So that's helped a lot with me not, ballooning. Because I do know that I'm going to gain weight. Like, that's obviously going to happen. I have to increase the calories by about, at this point, I only need to have like an extra 300 to 350 calories a day. So I don't need to be like horking down a whole bunch of stuff. I'm still eating like my normal meals. I eat my breakfast. Typically an hour or two after breakfast I get a little hungry, so I eat a snack. And then I'll eat my lunch. And then I might eat another little snack. And then I do dinner. And then I probably do another snack. So I'm having more snacks, but it's like eat my breakfast, have an apple. Eat my lunch, I might have a snack cake. Have my dinner, have some eggs. Like, so I'm not eating like, breakfast and a piece of cake and lunch and a whole pizza and dinner and, a big bowl of ice cream. So I'm trying to be a little bit healthier with it. Still get out of breath fairly easily, especially when I'm like doing things, like when I'm really working on something, like when I'm talking a lot, or if I'm doing something like making the bed. Like, if I have to like put the sheets and stuff on, I'm like, whew, okay, take a break. So yeah, I think that's not bad as far as the pregnancy goes. I'm kind of staying low. Like, I haven't gained a crap ton of weight, gained more than I was quote unquote supposed to, but that is also based on, like I said, there's not, the scales don't seem to match up. Because I know your weight fluctuates a little bit, like, during the day, so it's entirely possible that theirs could have said 135, and then I came home and mine could have said, like, 136 or 137, but for it to be, like, 5 extra pounds, that seems like that's not really right. And who knows, what do I know, maybe somehow between then and coming home I gained 5 pounds. I doubt it, but I go back to the doctor on the 21st. And I'll get to hear the heartbeat, they said. So I'm super, super, super excited. I was talking to my husband. And I have an app that tells me, like, stuff that's going on with the baby. Like, what is functioning and what is happening with the baby. So, like, today, I got 3. And it was, like, the one, and I use it's Ovia. And so they give you ovations when things happen. Like, if you log a certain, like, if you get a certain ovation, if you log certain feelings so many times in a row, or if you log exercise or whatever, so they give you ovations. So I got 2 ovations today for, one is for the baby, their heart. So the baby's heart is fully formed at this point, is a full 4-chamber heart, and it is pumping great. And the second one was for the baby's sense of smell. My baby can smell now, apparently. And then the other thing that they had said was that they are, with their little baby tiny hands, they are feeling their face and stuff and getting to know themselves, apparently, is the thing that they can be doing right now. So we've got like working elbows and little teeny tiny hands and little teeny tiny feet. And I'm so excited. I can't wait to meet my baby. And I know these videos may be really boring because there's really not a whole lot of difference in between each video. Like I said, this is a really easy pregnancy, and I'm really scared for when I have my second kid because it's going to be terrible. Like, I really think it's going to be bad. You know, I get women who are like, oh gosh, I just threw up all the time, and I can't sleep, but I'm tired. I'm like, okay, so I threw up once. Yeah, I'm tired all the time, but I also get to take my naps, and I go to bed, and I go to bed. It takes me a little bit to get there because I have to try to get comfortable, and I'm trying really, really hard to sleep on my side, not my stomach or my back, because I know as my belly gets bigger, I can't do that. So I'm trying to get used to it now. So I got like 2 pillows. I get one that I kind of have in front of me, kind of tucked, so I have something in front to help me keep me from rolling onto my stomach, and then I keep the pillow kind of tucked behind my back. So that way if I do roll over on my back, I'm on the pillow, so it's keeping me like kind of at an angle, so I'm not fully on my back. So it's kind of mostly still on my side. You know, if you have had a really rough pregnancy up till this point, I am so sorry. This is not the norm. I don't know, maybe I'll have a really rough second and third trimester. You know, I thought the first trimester was supposed to be the worst. If this is the worst, then the rest of the pregnancy is going to be a breeze. So like I said, I'm 10 weeks, so that puts me in my 3rd month. Yeah, I'm almost through my 3rd month, so I'm almost done with my first trimester, y'all. The home stretch to the 2nd trimester is coming, so you've got, let's see. Yeah, so when I go back to the doctor, I think I'll have started my 2nd trimester, I believe. Because I go back at 12 weeks and a day. So 12 weeks would be, 13 would be technically would be the start of. So I'd be at the last stretch of my first trimester. So, excuse me. So that is really all that's been going on. Like I said, I go back to the doctor on the 21st. We'll have some more information for you. But this has been, my 8 to 10 weeks. And we'll have some more for you at my 12 weeks, which that's kind of how that's working out. So I'll probably just do another video that's a little on the longer side with 10 to 12 with my doctor's appointment worked into it. I planned on doing separate videos for my doctor's appointments, but the way it's kind of working out is it's landing right when I would do a video anyway. So I'll probably just do a little bit of a longer video with my doctor's appointment included. So I'm going to go ahead and call my husband back and check on the baby, and I will see you guys in 2 weeks. Bye.